Get out. The shout cracked through the barracks like a gunshot. Conversations died instantly. Boots froze mid-step. Lockers hung open. Even the ceiling fans seemed to slow as every head turned toward the sound. The recruit's hand was still tangled in her hair. Lieutenant Maya Rourke didn't scream. She didn't flinch. She didn't even turn around at first. She just stopped moving. The recruit, Private First Class Daniel Kessler, realized too late that he had made a catastrophic mistake. "You heard me," he snarled, adrenaline and arrogance mixing in his voice. "This area's for men. Get out." His fingers tightened, yanking hard. That was when Maya reacted, in one fluid motion, faster than anyone in the room could follow. She stepped forward, twisted her shoulder, trapped his wrist, and dropped her weight. There was a sharp crack. Kessler screamed as he hit the floor. Maya released him instantly and took one step back, her breathing calm, controlled, eyes cold. The entire barracks was silent. Kessler clutched his wrist, face white with shock and pain. She attacked me." Maya finally turned. Her eyes swept the room. Over the stunned recruits, the frozen instructors, the half-packed duffel bags. Then she spoke. "He put his hands on me." Her voice was steady, not loud, not defensive, just factual point. One of the instructors finally found his voice. "Lieutenant Rourke, stand down." She nodded once. Already done. What no one in that room understood, what no one could possibly understand yet, was that they had just witnessed restraint, not aggression, because Maya Rourke was a SEAL sniper, and if she hadn't held back, there wouldn't have been a recruit screaming on the floor. There would have been a body. The incident report hit command within the hour. Female officer assaulted male recruit. Excessive force used. Recommend disciplinary review. That was how it was written. Clean. Simple. Wrong. Commander Lewis read it twice, jaw tight. "Bring her in," he said. Maya stood at attention in the office, hands behind her back, posture perfect. Commander Lewis studied her carefully. He had seen her file. Everyone had IT was thin, too thin, minimal ribbons, generic assignments, nothing remarkable on paper. And yet, she was here. "Do you know why you're here, Lieutenant?" Lewis asked. "Yes, sir." "Then explain." Maya didn't rush. She chose her words carefully. "The recruit violated personal space, assaulted me physically, and ignored verbal warnings. I neutralized the threat using the minimum force required." Lewis leaned back. "You broke his wrist." "Yes, sir." "A recruit." "Yes, sir." There was a pause. "Do you know how this looks?" Lewis asked. Maya met his eyes. "Yes, sir. And it looks like the truth will be inconvenient." Lewis exhaled slowly. He didn't like politics. He liked results. And something about this woman, this calm, unshakable stillness, made him uneasy. "You're dismissed," he said finally. "For now." Maya saluted, turned, and walked out. The door closed behind her. Lewis stared at it long after she was gone. Word spread fast, faster than any official explanation ever could. She snapped. "She thinks she's special. She broke a guy's arm. Shouldn't even be here." Maya heard it all. She didn't respond. She ran. She trained. She shot. And when she shot, instructors noticed. Her grouping was unreal. Her breathing non-existent. Her triggered discipline. Surgical point, one instructor muttered to another. "She shoots like she's done this in combat." The other replied, "She hasn't. If only they knew point 3 years earlier." Night. Water black as ink. Maya surfaced silently, rebreather barely rippling the surface. Ahead of her, a freighter loomed, unmarked, drifting wrong. She checked her watch. Right on time. She climbed the hull without a sound, disappeared over the side, and never looked back. By dawn, the ship would be empty. By noon, 3 terror cells would lose their funding. And by sunset, no one would know how it happened. That was her world, quiet, invisible. Until now. The disciplinary board convened 2 days later. Maya stood alone at the center of the room. Faces stared back at her. Some curious, some judgmental, some already decided. The chair cleared his throat. "Lieutenant Rourke, you are accused of excessive force, conduct unbecoming, and failure to de-escalate." Maya listened. She always did. "Do you have anything to say in your defense?" "Yes, sir." She raised her eyes. I was trained to survive. A murmur rippled. The chair frowned. This is a training base, Lieutenant, not a battlefield. Maya didn't blink. With respect, sir, she said quietly. Threats don't announce where they come from. Silence followed. Uncomfortable. Heavy point when the senior officers leaned forward. Are you implying this recruit was a threat? I'm stating that he chose to put his hands on me, Maya replied. I ended it. That's not how we do things here, someone snapped. Maya nodded once. Understood. The chair sighed. This board will deliberate. They dismissed her. Outside the room, Maya stood still, eyes unfocused. She knew how this usually went. Paper decided things, not reality. Commander Lewis received a call that night, secure. Encrypted, he frowned when he saw the clearance level. Lewis speaking. A calm voice replied. You're reviewing Lieutenant Maya Rourke. Yes. Stop. Lewis straightened. Sir, you're out of your depth, the voice said. She is not what she appears. Lewis swallowed. Then what is she? A pause, then. She's why you're still alive. The line went dead. Lewis stared at the phone. And for the first time since reading that report, he felt feared. Military medal, you're watching her brave stripes. If you believe strength isn't about volume, but control, subscribe now for more powerful military stories. Speech Balloon, where are you watching from? Tell us in the comments. The base woke up tense that IT wasn't official. No alerts, no announcements, but discipline tightened like a drawn wire. Conversations stopped when officers passed. Recruits stood straighter. Instructors watched Maya Rourke with a new kind of caution. No longer casual, no longer dismissive. Curiosity had turned into something else. Unease. Maya felt at the moment she stepped onto the range. Targets were already set. Wind flags barely moved. Perfect conditions. She lay prone, rifle settling into her shoulder like an extension of her body. Breathing slowed. Heart rate dropped. The world narrowed. Trigger pressure increased by millimeters. She fired. The round punched dead center. She fired again. Same hole. The range officer lowered his binoculars slowly. That's not possible, someone whispered. Maya cleared the chamber, stood, and walked off without a word. Behind her, silence followed like a shadow. The recruit, Kessler, was transferred out by noon. No explanation and no ceremony. Just gone. Officially, it was medical reassignment. Unofficially, no one wanted him talking, because his story had changed. He moved like she knew what I was going to do before I did, he told a medic once, voice shaking. It was like she was already there. That comment never made it into any report. Commander Lewis requested her file again. What came back was thinner than before, pages missing, dates blurred, entire deployments reduced to single vague lines. Joint task group. Support role support. Lewis knew better. He leaned back, exhaled, and rubbed his temples. Whatever Lieutenant Maya Rourke really was, the Navy had buried it deep, and someone very powerful wanted it that way. The test came 3 nights later. A drill, officially. Unofficially, a trap. The instructors called it a stress evaluation exercise. Simulated intrusion. Live fire blanks. Chaos by design. Maya knew the moment she entered the structure that it wasn't right. Too quiet. Too clean. Her wrist prickled. Not with an alert, but with instinct. The first attacker rushed her from the left. She disarmed him effortlessly. The second came faster. She dropped him without breaking stride. The third didn't announce himself. Real blade. Real intent. Maya twisted, blocked, drove her elbow into his throat, and slammed him into the wall. He didn't get up. The room froze. Instructors stared. This wasn't a drill anymore. The man on the floor wasn't a recruit. He wasn't even military. Maya looked down at him, eyes cold. Someone had tested her, badly. The base locked down within minutes. Military police swarmed the structure. Commander Lewis arrived breathless, took one look at the unconscious man, and felt his stomach drop. This wasn't scheduled, he said quietly. Maya nodded. I know. She knelt, checked the man's pulse. Alive, barely. Who is he? Lewis asked. Maya stood. Someone who thought pulling my hair was the beginning, she replied. Not the end. Lewis swallowed. The call came an hour later. Same number, same clearance. This stops now, the voice said. Yes, sir. She's compromised. Lewis glanced through the glass at Maya, sitting calmly, hands resting on her knees, eyes forward. What do you want done? A pause, then promote her. Lewis blinked. Sir. Publicly, the voice continued. Make her untouchable. Then move her. Yes, sir. The ceremony was brief. 4 smiles, stiff applause. Maya stood in formation as her new insignia was pinned. Lieutenant Commander. The irony wasn't lost on her. Commander Lewis met her gaze afterward. They're transferring you, he said quietly. Where? He hesitated. Somewhere no one will be stupid enough to touch you. Maya nodded good. That night, as she packed, a young recruit hovered at the doorway. Ma'am, he asked nervously. Yes? I just wanted to say thank you. Maya studied him. For what? For not becoming what they wanted you to be, he said. For staying you. Maya paused, then gave a small, rare smile. Stay sharp, she said. And keep your hands to yourself. He nodded quickly and left. The transport left before dawn. Unmarked. Unrecorded. As the base shrank behind her. Maya looked out the window, expression unreadable. She didn't need validation. She didn't need approval. She needed one thing only, purpose, and somewhere far above politics and ranks, that purpose was already waiting. That military medal you're watching, her brave stripes. Stories of fearless women who stand their ground and strike back when necessary. Backhand index pointing right. Subscribe for more powerful military stories. Speech balloon. Where are you watching from? Tell us in the comments.